Hello everyone. I am back. Sorry, there's the camera over there. Is my gain good? Yes, my gain's good. And my stream is good. I can see the preview there. But I'm back with another stream 1 week after the last one. Probably less than a week, because I think I streamed a bit later last time. What did we talk about last time? That wasn't the Chainsaw Man one, right? There's a bunch of we watched a bunch of trailers and stuff. True. And this time we're going to talk about Madoka and a random anime news stuff and other stuff. True. But before we do any of that, what is this? Oh yeah, we're going to talk about this, I think. Before we do any of that, we have to go through Twitter to see anything that has been tweeted. Heath is here, the first person in the chat today. Well done, Heath. Congratulations. And he's dabbing. Thank you. Oh my god, I opened a menu. Let me close it. All right. What have we got? Anything interesting? Probably not. Okay, the Madoka thing we talked about. Mappa streaming tonight. Okay. Cool. Makima fan art. She's really creepy looking. We like creepy Makima. I put a new video out. We should probably talk about that. True, that's me. All right. Cool Eris fan art. Oh yeah, I should probably talk about this a little bit. It's Mir and Kyle Entertainment made a discussion video about a manga that I'd never heard of before. I watched a few things. What have I watched? Weapons, I think I talked about that last time. I watched Weapons. Tusk I watched. I'm sure you guys have heard of Tusk. I'm sure Ciclet would be very happy to hear that I watched Tusk if he ever shows up here again. Practical Magic, I also watched this. A nice old movie. What else? I did some Chainsaw Man predictions. If you want to hear me talk about them or read them out, I guess, briefly at the end of the last Chainsaw Man discussion with Kyle, you can look at that. We have this really cool fan art of Asa Mitaka with a bird brain. You know, works in multiple regards. We like this a lot. And that's it. Hey, we have the website. How's this going? I haven't looked at this in a while. Oh, no, that's not good. All right, I'll have to sort that out later. Let me put a reminder on my phone. Wonder what happened. Did my, domain expire? There's no way, right? Check out website issue. Well, that's a thing. Okay. Anyway. Also, Miller just sent a link. Oh, yeah, you know what? Look at this. All this stuff. We saw the My Hero thing. We saw this thing about Oda. This is lovely. So basically, there's a few things I want to talk about, I think, before we just talk about my video and stuff. Firstly, I am vaguely interested in going and making a bit more EliteAri content. Now, I'm not sure if I want to do this on stream or if I want to make it into actual just recording stuff off stream. But I do want to make it so... my idea was that I'll sit down once a week for an hour or something, or 45 minutes, and make 3 videos out of it, talking about I don't know if it'll be trending things or it'll be just stuff that I find interesting that week, related to media and anime and maybe technology a little bit, maybe. And then I can split into 3 videos. Now, the other possibility is that I just talk about it on stream. So we'll see. We'll see if I have anything interesting to say. I feel like most of the stuff that would be stuff that I'd want to talk about, I'd probably talk about on stream anyway, so who knows. But anyway, to serve this end, I went to ChatGPT and I did a deep research. I was like, hey, ChatGPT, can you find me all the stuff people are talking about when it comes to anime this week? And he gave me some stuff. So we'll talk about that later, okay? And one of them was the Oda thing, which is kind of funny. But yeah. What else was there? Kyle has linked a bunch of stuff in the Discord, which if for some reason you're listening to my words right now in the distant future and you don't know there's a Discord, then look at the link in the description. Okay, we watched the 9/11 thing. What is this? Some Mr. Beast thing. Dragon Ball GT.
No, I'm good.
Okay. The normies are watching One Piece.
Welcome, everybody.
We'll talk about that. We have Chibi Reviews Oda stuff.
To our beloved readers.
Okay. Are you going to watch Geekix anime? Absolutely not. I don't know where this impression came from, by the way. I know people, I don't know if it was you or someone else on Kyle's stream was implying that I was going to watch it or something, or maybe Kyle assumed that I was going to watch it for some reason. I think I said last stream, I have no interest in watching this unless people say it's really good. Then I would watch it. Or unless I completely ran out of stuff to do on stream. I don't know. Well, maybe I did say it. Maybe because I saw it was short or something. I don't know. But I really have no interest in watching that. So yeah. Anyway, so will I watch it? Probably not, unless I run out of stuff to do, which is very possible, I guess. We'll see. Now, Magica. Okay, Magica spoilers, guys. So if you hear about Magica, then leave for now. But I don't have too much to say. Where do I put this? Okay. I made a video, a scripted video. The first time I've made, or first one I made in quite a while. 2 months, probably a bit less, right? But I made a Tuckabee one, then I made this one. Not many views for this one. It's a bit sad, you know. I think this one is much better than the Tuckabee one. Firstly, this has 3 titles, which is an interesting new feature, A/B testing for titles. So Homida's Pretty Cage, Madoak Magica Rebellion. This is my least favorite of the 3 titles, but what can I say about this? I watched Rebellion. I rewatched all of Magica at the beginning of this year. Specifically, I rewatched it with Kyle because I wanted to make notes so that I could make a scripted video about it. That's typically why I do rewatches these days, most of the time. And I made a lot of notes and I had long discussions with Kyle about it. And I had like a few things I wanted to talk about. And then now I was like, okay, it's time to make a scripted video. So what can I do that's interesting? I have this like big document. I have now a spreadsheet of like, I don't know, like 50 to 60 ideas or something like that, of stuff that I eventually want to make. And they're ranked by like how difficult it would be to make and like how much I want to make it. And this one was like the easy difficulty and like the really high interest in making it. So I was like, okay, let me make this. But I had no idea what I wanted to make because I was like, okay, I want to talk about Rebellion. It's like my favorite anime. Well, it is my favorite anime movie ever. And it's also like one of my favorite movies of all time. And it's like really visually interesting and stuff. Like best aesthetic and anything I've ever seen is like my talking point. But I didn't really know what to say. So this started off with like, it was initially going to be 3 videos, which would have been, I don't know, like 4 minutes long each or whatever. But there's like 3 points I find interesting about Rebellion specifically, which is one is the selfish selflessness aspect, which is about how like the original series kind of frames Madoka's sacrifice as a decently good thing, but at the same time it frames it as a bad thing because from Madoka's perspective it's selfless, but from Homida's perspective it's selfish. And then Rebellion kind of does the same thing with Homida, where it's like, on one hand, she's portrayed as selfless because she's like willing to uphold Madoka's like dream or whatever, but at the same time she's selfish because she wants to take it or something, or take it away and like have her for herself, something like that. So I wanted to make a video about that. At the same time, there was also the non-diegetic visuals that was something I found interesting, so I wanted to make a whole video on that. And then also there was the final scene, or not final scene, but like the big climax scene in Rebellion, the big twist that you know, Homida tries to basically keep Madoka for herself, and it's like viscerally upsetting, and I wanted to make a video about that. So I decided, let me just like merge all these together. But I didn't just decide that immediately. That was like me like just thinking for a very long time and brainstorming and writing intros and conclusions and talking to the great ChatGPT and figuring out how I can structure this basically. And eventually I just made it to one big thing that instead of focusing on any of those individual ideas, the focus becomes the structure of the narrative. Like the point of this video is basically talking about how Rebellion, mostly visually, but also just through narrative, kind of conveys the idea of love being a bad thing. If you love without limits is bad or whatever. Which I think is an interesting idea somewhat. I don't know if I necessarily believe most of the things I say in this. I think they present a somewhat coherent argument. I think the non-diegetic point, I don't know how strong it is. I like the idea of non-diegetic visuals are good, and I think like the idea of them portraying a crumbling facade is like pretty good, but it's a little weak, and I don't know if I could defend it if someone like pushed me on it. But I had to talk about it. I don't know. Yeah, basically the video turned out good. Like I think it's a decently good video. I think the main issue is that the introduction is like overly long, and it's good in that it like is very well conveyed. Like I explain all the information and whatever really well, but I don't think it's very hooking or like engaging or whatever. What else can I say about this? I don't know. It's like fine. It's like it's a good video that I don't know would ever. What do I know about this video? It's good. I don't know if I would ever defend this if someone like argued with me about it, and I've basically covered everything I ever want to talk about Madoak Magica in one video, so I don't know if I'll ever make another Madoak Magica video again, but there we are. The only other thing to really talk about is that I posted it on Reddit, the Madoak Magica subreddit, because I was interested. I was like, okay, you know what, maybe it's a relatively small subreddit. I know Madoka has like a very niche, intense fan base that people like love Madoka, like really love it. And there's people who like obsess over the writing of Madoka and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, you know, let me post it there. Let me see if I'm sure I can find it pretty easily. If I go to my, no, not, wait. And I was actually interested because the big issue with this video, imagine a girl, is that like it got a few comments. This one's probably the most, you know, thought out one. I am actually interested what people think about this. Especially the like the non-diegetic visuals thing. I'm interested because it's like a novel idea I've had that I'm like, oh, I wonder if people actually agree or like think this is bad or something like that. Kyle seems to like it, but I'm curious what like Madoak Magica fans think about it, and even just love in general. I was like, I'm curious what other people think. So I made a post and I was like, I made an analysis video and I love to see what people think. How Rebellion judges Homura Akemi, which is my favorite of the titles. Okay, Jesus, zoomed in. But basically, I got a few comments, a really long one recently, actually. Like, one of them was like, yeah, really good analysis, whatever. One of them was like, yes, finally, another analysis, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, so thank you, whatever. And then this one is like, is this video going to be another Rebellion is about Homura being selfish and possessive take that ignores literally all the other nuances and the themes of the story? And I was like, oh my god, I didn't know this was one of those subreddits. Like, this would be fine as a comment if it didn't get like 5 upvotes. And I was like, oh no, like people are just not happy. So I was like, okay, pretty much that's basically what the video is, and I'd be pretty dumb if that was like, if the movie was about one thing and blah, blah, blah. Can you like explain your point or whatever? They told me some things to look up and I'm like, okay, I'll look into it. And then someone replied, with a really big breakdown that I think is in much better good faith or whatever. And I read all this and they reference like a guide. Is it a guidebook? Yeah, a guidebook, which I read. I went like right before the stream and I read some interviews and stuff and it looks somewhat interesting. The general takeaway I got is that the people making Madoka, I don't know if they like had a very coherent vision when they were making it, but it's certainly interesting. But they certainly did because it's like really well made. So it's like, it's funny hearing people talk about I would dare say like a masterpiece they made, but like not really talking about the stuff that you like about it. It's kind of funny. But this was interesting. I think I do completely disagree with this reading and I'll probably reply to it because they did ask me like, they said like, oh, if you have any questions or context or like other essays you want, whatever, like talk to me. So I'll probably talk to this person. But yeah, interesting. An interesting post, more engagement than I thought. But also it makes the subreddit feel unbelievably toxic because like, I don't know if I ever want to interact with this like community again. Mainly because of like the top, like the comment, the only comment getting upvotes is the one where they're making fun of me for making a video about the thing they like, and then not even watching the video and just like it's like a cringe thing I just don't like. So yeah, that basically turned me off ever interacting with the community again. But so yeah, I made a video. Isn't that crazy? Now Kyle and It's Me made a video talking about Claymore. I watched this in its entirety. I don't have many thoughts at all whatsoever. My only thoughts are that like it sounds boring. I'm very glad I didn't read this, I guess. But they seem to like it. I don't know. They reference Berserk and Attack on Titan a bunch, and I don't quite know what to say. I actually just don't have anything to say at all. It just got a lot of views, which is good. The discussion itself was good. Like I liked listening to it. I managed to get through 2 hours and 11 minutes with no problems at all, But I just don't have much to say. You should just watch Bakke Monogatari to see if it's just the director's style or if he went for some specific look for Madoka. I'm assuming you're talking about the non-diegetic visuals, probably. I mean, I don't really care if it's like, I don't even care if it's like intentional or whatever, because it's very clearly the case that what's happening is non-diegetic. But yeah, I know in Kyle's chat the other day, I think you said that, oh, like, why does Ari not watch this if he likes these visuals? And I was like, oh, I didn't even know it had visuals like that. So I would be interested in watching it. Firstly, I had no idea that that guy directed. Is that true? Is it the same director? Isn't this like a massive... No, Monogatari, wait. This is the first one, right? This anime? Because I remember on my wheel, I used to have this as the one that was on there. Oh my god, how am I going to find the director? This guy? No, this is an opening. Wait, what? Wait, directed by 2 people. Oh, Shinbo. I feel like I just read that guy's name when I was reading that article. Okay. Okay, so this is the Madoka guy. Okay, this could be interesting. I mean, I like the direction of Madoka a lot. So I'd probably be open to watching this. We'll see. What was I saying? Oh yeah, this. I don't know. They got a bunch of comments from one person, and Mia liked some of them and not all of them, which is kind of funny. Yep. What's next? Let's see. What is this?
You recently named the 6th most influential creator in the world by Rolling Stone magazine. That is one spot higher than Mr. Beast, who then rage tweeted that he couldn't believe that a person with only 1 million followers
Oh my god,
was named.
he rage tweeted, guys. Look at him, he's so angry. Oh my god, he's crashing out right now.
God love him. You know, he called me and said, "I'm so sorry about that."
Did he actually? This is
He really did.
Incredible.
He called. He said, "Can I call you?" I said, "Yeah, sure. Why the hell not, brother?" He called me. He was so apologetic. I said, "I legitimately thought it was funny. I thought it was so funny. I laughed so hard. It meant nothing to me." I also, by the way, he's right.
I mean, that's true. Mr. Beast rage tweeting about you and saying it to him over the phone. It meant nothing to me as a devastating burn. I can't. And whenever it comes to Mr. Beast or Mappa, people just don't have a brain. I just hate it. How GT understood Dragon Ball and how Super didn't. True. This is a good point. It's going to be about... I don't know what this could be about. Are we really at the point where people are like defending GT? I love it. Now, for context, I love GT. Okay, so don't take this against me. But let's see.
I think Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball GT are both pretty bad. As continuations or sequels of Dragon Ball, they do not hold up. Not even close. But with that being said, I still have infinitely more respect and enjoyment for Dragon Ball GT. And the reason for that is because GT actually seems like it has some sort of understanding of the franchise and respects the different rules and story directions that came before. It feels like it actually could have been written by Toriyama.
Oh god. Why do I like GT more? I think I like GT more because it's more it feels more Dragon Ball Z. Whereas Dragon Ball Super feels more like the like fake Dragon Ball that like Dragon Ball Japanese dub or sub fans, whatever, like talk about how oh my god, Toriyama's a comedy writer, and like Dragon Ball is not like the way Dragon Ball Z portrays it, and actually the dub like butchered it. And it feels like Dragon Ball Super feels like a continuation of the Japanese like Dragon Ball, and then Dragon Ball GT feels like the continuation of my great American dubbed Bruce Faulkner score like version of Dragon Ball, even though the music was different and I didn't like it for that bit. Yeah.
If Toriyama was a terrible writer, but still, as much as I don't really enjoy GT, it at least doesn't ruin certain characters or retcon important plot details and mechanics every other episode. One of the biggest instances of Super not understanding Dragon Ball, I think, is with its transformations. Dragon Ball GT introduces one new transformation in the whole show, and it's Super Saiyan 4.
Well, there's like Goku turns into a kid, right? That's kind of a transformation, right?
One of the best transformations in the franchise. Paying homage to Goku and the Saiyan's origin, it's also just a really smart solution for the next Super Saiyan design. Because up to this point, the hair of the Super Saiyans had gotten longer and longer with each transformation, to the point where if Super Saiyan 4 would have had even longer hair than 3 did, it would just look kind of ridiculous. But GT solves this in a perfect way. Dragon Ball Super, on the other hand, has Super Saiyan 1 but blue. There is zero originality or innovation with any of the transformations in Super, and it's...
Is this true? I don't remember any, like... What was interesting about... Was there any interesting... Like, the Ultra Instinct one was pretty sick. Like, I don't know how we'll deny that. I guess, like, visually it looks the same. But even then it doesn't. It has, like, a cooler aura. And the aura is different. And that's, like, pretty cool. I don't know, but obviously nothing will ever top Super Saiyan 4. But...
It's just so goddamn many of them. We have base form Goku, but with red hair. Super Saiyan, but with blue hair. Super Saiyan, but pink. Frieza, except he's yellow. Frieza, except he's black. Super Saiyan Blue, but slightly lighter blue. Broly, but female. Super Saiyan Trunks, but really angry. Super Saiyan God, but white. I can at least give a lot of props to Ultra Instinct for being very unique in its concept, but man, there is like 10 new transformations in Super at least, versus GT's 1, unless you want to count like Golden Great Ape and stuff. And what I really hate is when people say, oh, but Dragon Ball has always been about cool new transformations and fighting, especially because their biggest argument is usually Super Saiyan 3. But I think that completely misses the point of what Super Saiyan 3 was supposed to be, because Goku turning Super Saiyan 3 is not supposed to be like the previous two Super Saiyan transformation moments. It's supposed to have the opposite effect. In the two arcs that came before, the only way to save the day was a new Super Saiyan transformation. That was their only option. But in this arc, Goku busts out a new Super Saiyan transformation almost at the beginning of the arc, and his hair is like 4 times longer than before, but it's still not enough to beat the villain. It's supposed to show that what saved them the last 2 times won't save them this time, and they're going to have to find a different solution. Now, it's clear that Toriyama changed his mind a few times about what that solution was going to be, but we can for sure say it wasn't a new transformation. What I think...
Okay, I think I get that. Just how does he go on for another 28 minutes? Oh my god. I guess maybe you'll cover like every plot detail in like Dragon Ball Super and compare it to Dragon Ball GT or something, but true, Dragon Ball GT, you know what, I don't know. It did different things, but so did Super. Super was pretty different from Dragon Ball Z. I don't know. Small channel, we love it. 600,000 views, that's crazy. Are there any interesting videos? I feel like have we seen this channel before? How much Shoko Tensei fell off. Wait, was this the same guy who made the video talking about the slavery thing? Wait, what was this?
Mushoku Tensei Season 2 was a huge disappointment, and that's coming from someone that thought Season 1 was almost perfect. I will say that I didn't hate the first half, or really the second half either. As a whole, I'd say I enjoyed the entire season, but most of that enjoyment came from how invested I was in the characters and the world, so it was mostly carried by the heavy lifting the first season had already done. Already in the first half.
That's very funny. I've never heard this point before. It was bad because it didn't do anything. It didn't... I don't even know what that means. Isn't it good if you enjoy it because of the characters? I don't know.
I felt that there was definitely a slight decline. Not huge, but definitely noticeable. And there was probably about like 4 major points that I really felt were lacking that I'm gonna go over. The first one being the school.
Interesting. Well, you know what? We have not seen that video before, but I don't think. It doesn't seem that bad. Heart, this fella is live. That is true. I can't hear you, EliteAri. I'm watching from the beginning. Well, good luck. Alright, Dragon Ball GT, true, it's better. I do like Dragon Ball GT a lot. I need to rewatch it. It's been like... I watched it as a kid, and then I watched it in 2016. So it's been the 10th year anniversary, okay? 2026, I'll watch it next year, okay? Alright, next up. We are finally watching that anime. So I'm pretty sure they're talking about One Piece, and I'm pretty sure I've seen this video. I don't remember if I watched this at work, or I watched this like today or something, but I definitely have seen this.
We are here to announce the new anime we'll be watching.
Finally.
But first, we gotta decide if it's gonna be watched in sub or dub.
Yes.
Sub, obviously. No, it's gotta be dub.
Yeah, man, the dub, especially if it's like a long one or
long one. If it's
one.
like a really good animation, I want to be able to focus on the animation.
Why so?
Sub, yeah.
So because I just, I know we want to focus on animation, everything, but if we want to really give the story more its, originality and where it came from and like its actual authentic like experience, I say sub.
Yeah, but that's
Is that like a scripted thing? Does she actually think that?
yeah, that's cool though. But
I think the answer is you just do whatever the audience wants, right? Like that's all that matters in the end. Which is I guess why they made this video. But
what's the first language?
Actually, it was Arabic and English, so the others I don't know.
That doesn't.
It was
Assumption matters because like you can understand tone. Japanese is a tonal language, and then like you understand kind of the vibe they're going for. You just kind of briefly read real quick, and then you still get the animation. So like I don't miss anything from it.
But the dub's like the end-to-end dub. You gotta admit that's pretty good.
Do we know who are the dub actors?
That's Alex Lee.
That's like a modern. Well, the end-to-end's like a modern dub. So I know the old. I don't know how old is the show.
Oh my god, is it like 15 years old?
What is the show?
20?
What's the show?
What's the show?
Navi, what's the show?
Navi.
Fix it.
Okay, so this whole thing is scripted. Okay.
Cowboy Navi.
Yeehaw, buckaroos. I'm here to tell you guys what we're watching next.
What is it gonna be? Is it One Piece?
No.
We are watching it. We're doing this. It is time. Are you watching it?
That's right, everybody. It's happening. In fact, it's already happening over on thenormies.com, where we just posted episodes 3 and 4 this week. It's going to be posting on YouTube on our new anime-only channel. That's right. We have a
Someone record with HDR turned on? What is this?
Normies anime channel where all of our anime reactions are going to start living from now on. Why'd you guys do that? Why'd they do that? We did it. So it's there. Also, Bleach.
True. Why did you do that? Well, I guess what a reason.
Your Blood War has been posting on there. Go subscribe over there if you are a weeaboo normie fan, anime nerd person consumer. Anyway, yeah, we're starting One Piece. We have began it in the sub. We were gonna do all the big 3 in dub, y'all, but
why did they like do a poll or something? Or I thought the point of this video was to decide what, right?
we just decided, maybe we should see one of them in their purely authentic form. I know it's going to ruffle some feathers, but I feel like equally ruffled feathers would have been ruffled had we gone with the dub from the get-go. So you can't make everyone happy. This is what we're deciding to do. So head on over to Normies Anime and subscribe to get your Bleach, 1000 Year Blood War, and One Piece reactions. We're also going to be posting like supercut reactions of all the anime we've done on there, so you can fall asleep listening to us argue over plot points that we missed because we talked over dialogue. I'm just kidding. You love us. You love us so much. Please subscribe over there. Please do it. Thank you.
Oh my god, that's me. Okay. I'm so glad they're reacting to One Piece. Please do more than 2 episodes a week. Otherwise, you'll be watching this for more than 10 years. Oh, Jesus Christ, it better be 5 or 6 a week. Second Anime Focus channel really makes sense now? How does it make sense? You're going to need 3 times a week scheduled to You can just put it on this channel. Jesus, Chris and Marquetta will have grandchildren by the time. Okay, yeah, true. It's a very... Did you guys know that like, One Piece is a really long anime? I'm curious. What proportion of the reactions are dub versus sub? I have no idea. Like, I know Death Note, like, most of them are dub, right? What about, like, One Piece? I wonder if I click this, though, I'm gonna get a bunch of, like, spoilers probably on my... Well, you know what, who cares? Let's see. I've already seen the whole first arc, right? In the live action.
That blows my mind. See, like, a random... Floating in the water.
Okay, Japanese. We got 1 point for Japanese. Oh, wait, it says it in the title. What am I doing? Sub... This one doesn't say it. Obviously, Blind Wave is dub. You know what? I just decided I don't care. This is like way too much effort, and I have no investment in this whatsoever. I stole EliteAri's website. Thank you. One Piece fans are dumb, though, and think the dub is bad for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it is bad. I have no idea.
Welcome, everyone.
Good lord, please the sub. I have no idea. I have no thoughts, no comments, no opinions. Watch whatever the people say. That's all that matters. What is this? Eiichiro Oda's health deteriorates, forcing One Piece on hiatus. True. Okay, so that's all the videos, I guess, out of the way, except for that one. Now, what do I actually have to talk about? I have an article for this. It's like 2 seconds long, I think. So, let's see. One Piece hiatus. We love Anime News Network here. I don't like how he puts it on the left side of the page, though, for some reason. But it kind of works on stream, because my camera is, like, over here. One Piece manga takes 1 issue break. What is a 1 issue? Like 1 volume? 1 week? I don't know what this means. But anyway. Oh, we have a little listen to what's it going to sound like.
One Piece manga takes 1 issue break.
Okay. So the official account on Twitter announced that Eiichiro Oda's One Piece manga is taking a 1 issue break and will not appear in this 45th issue of Shueisha Weekly Shonen Jump. Does that mean 1 week? Is that literally what that means? The 46th issue, which Shueisha... Wait, what? Okay, wait, is he not sick? Where's the health stuff? He's recuperating. Show me the tweets. Well, that's not what I wanted. Ay, ay, ay. One Piece in Weekly Shonen Jump issue 45 will be on hiatus due to the author's poor health. Please note that One Piece is listed in the table of contents and survey postcards for issue 45, but due to the printing process, revisions could not be made in time. We apologize for this. Okay. So does this mean he has like the cold or something, or is he like dying? Is that what is Chibi Reviews going to tell me? Let's see. Whoa! We can do 4 times? Does that P mean it's like premium? Oh, you can't even see that. Wait. Look at that. Oh my god, it is. Wow, they're really gating the 4 times behind a paywall. That's kind of funny. All right.
You know for a fact there's thousands upon thousands of people that had a mini heart attack upon reading this, especially when it was associated with a sun break.
That is kind of true, because I know, I don't know who, someone sent it in Kyle's Discord. It was either Heath or Miller or something. And I read like the preview of the tweet initially, and it said something about health, and I thought it said death, and I was like, oh my god, he died. That's crazy, but he didn't.
One Piece manga, and it makes a lot of sense why when you type in One Piece goes on break, there is dozens upon dozens of articles that have been made about this because people are now talking about Oda's health. And so I want to sit down, I want to talk about this because honestly, there has been a lot of warning signs, red flags that have been in our face for a while, and I really just want to talk about this because Oda is a, not even saying legendary, I think does him justice, but he is such a legendary author within Japan that his overall impact on not just anime and manga, but Japanese culture itself is just unfathomable.
Oops.
Is cultural. The author's poor health, One Piece will be on break this issue. We deeply apologize to all our readers, let's say Oda, but from just authors in general for Weekly Shonen Jump. Consistently for many, many years, eventually their health declines in some shape or form, either through that, and you spin on it on a weekly basis. He's done such a crazy job culturally that his weight brand, that Luffy literally is so recognizable with the magazine that going to kind of get into. So this is a chart that dates all the way from 1997 to 2020. Well, as you can see, the only dates they have here is up to 2018 on this one, and I have another chart that shows here that dates all the way up to 2021. Now, obviously, I should have showed this one, but there's obviously been people that have been keeping track of Oda's breaks as of late, and it's obviously not a...
Wait, what was the other chart? 1997 up till 2018. To 2021. Why does it stop at 2021?
not a massive gap like, let's say, Yoshihiro Togashi that does Hunter x Hunter, but his breaks have noticeably been getting a lot longer and less chapters over the years. Now, still, even back in 2020, Oda was producing over 30-something chapters. That's a lot of chapters for a weekly series with, like, 48 mandatory weeks of chapters because, holidays and stuff. So factoring in 30-something chapters per year plus, pretty huge, still big. But we gotta take and remind ourselves that this was in 2020 and 2021, and you can see a gradual increase of his breaks over the years. Now, there's been a lot of discussion of Oda's breaks for years now, where he'll write like 3 or 4 chapters in a row, and then he'll go on a week break. And I think that it's very obvious that this is Weekly Shonen Jump forcing Oda to do this. I think that is a big part. I could be wrong there, at least at the start. I think Shonen Jump was like, look, Oda, we love you, man. We love the money. We love the recognition of One Piece being a part of the magazine, but you gotta slow down, because if you do, you're gonna run your health into the ground. And I feel like a lot of the breaks that happened over the years is probably Shonen Jump forcing Oda to take a break. But it's clear in the last 3 to 2 years, Oda's health has deteriorated with his whole surgery with his eyes, to sudden breaks with his health and all that. It's clear something's going on.
Okay, so this guy has no idea. Thank you, Chibi Reviews. That's wonderful. Is Oda dying? Do we have any idea? Reddit, Oda, break, health. The One Piece fans will tell me. This is nothing new. Might be sick and could have finished the chapter. Okay, so basically we have no idea. There's no updates? Okay. What a useless, boring, nothing story. Thank you, Chibi Reviews and people who care about this. Alright. We can knock that off. Ay. Okay, what else? What's next? Why is there a space here? Crunchyroll subs are getting worse. What is this? Oh yeah, okay. I don't know if I have any thoughts on this. Why did Crunchyroll subtitles just get worse? So apparently, I haven't done any original investigation into this, but I saw this thing posted on Reddit. Apparently, wait, what is this? Is this even the thing? Yeah, it is. Where's the subtitle bit? The subs are looking uglier. They used to look like this, I think, apparently. And now they look like this, sometimes. Which, I'll be honest, I don't know what the difference is. Now, of course, I'm being facetious, so I don't know if that's the word here, but I'm kind of lying. The difference is, one, the font is... I can't even tell the font's different. The main thing is that, look, there's, like, integrated subtitles into the actual thing, where, like, this text is translated under it, which is pretty sick. I love that. And apparently, when 2 people are talking, the subs used to go at the top and the bottom, but now they're, like, on top of each other, which I think is an improvement, because I hate when they're at the top of the bottom, because I can't read them both at the same time. I like when they're right on top of each other, so I don't have to look up and down, so they literally are complaining about an improvement, but that's okay. I completely agree that, obviously, when the subtitles are included in the actual frame itself, it's really cool, and I like that, and I wish that wouldn't go away, but apparently it might be going away. Yeah. This is like a thing people are talking about. I don't have a strong opinion. Like, I guess I don't really care that much. I haven't read this full article, but I did skim over it and I read parts of it. I think they provide 3 reasons here for why this could be happening. And I think one of them makes the most sense, which is the last one, I think. But they say Crunchyroll sublicenses a lot of its content. If you look at Netflix's most watched anime of the year so far, a lot comes from Crunchyroll, like Solo Leveling and Madoak Magica Muscles. If you're on Crunchyroll, it's easier to make just one version of the subtitles than have a Crunchyroll specific one and another that you send off in ingestion for Crunchyroll and Prime Video. That kind of makes sense. It's a lot of work. Every member of the Crunchyroll localization team I've ever talked to or worked with is obsessive about anime and anime culture and wants to make the anime watching experience the best it could be, no matter what. But hey, if you're a Crunchyroll and you're trying to offload localization work to less specialized contractors who are typically not trained to use AGI sub, I don't know what that is, or engage in moderate typesetting, you might see it as a cost-cutting measure and stop doing it. Jury's out if they would actually do that, though. And this one here is like kind of what makes the most sense. From a product development standpoint, it's easy to use the industry standards for this sort of thing. It's rough to be the only major streaming service to care about typesetting and extremely expensive to re-encode each language as video files. Like, this makes sense to me. I don't, like, if the consumer clearly doesn't care about it, because, like, people have, like, like, as far as I understand, people still, there is, okay, I would be surprised if people went to Crunchyroll for the subtitles over things like Netflix, or, like, I'd be surprised if there was a big complaint for the people, like, watching on Netflix and being like, man, the subtitles are so bad, I'm not going to watch Netflix. And if the people don't care about it, and all it does is, like, add difficulty, and it's, like, not the same as other stuff in the industry, then I don't know why you would do it. It just seems like an unnecessary kind of thing to do if it requires extra work, right? So I'm like, I guess I can understand why they would do it if this is like more so the reason. But I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like it's a nice to have, but like I don't really care that much, and I don't know. It'll probably end up going away because like literally no one else does it, and the people don't seem to care, right? If Crunchyroll suddenly reverts to their previous subtitling practices, most of this article can be disregarded. But if not, we lose something small but important to anime as a medium in exchange for a marginal benefit to Crunchyroll's coffers. True. There was something really dumb I read here. Like, for the most part, I think this article seemed okay for the parts that I read. But who am I if not a critic of writing? So here I am. I think it was this point, right? But when anime piracy makes up nearly 20% of TV piracy, according to research by Muso, it's a much more normal behavior and makes bootleg streaming sites seem like a much more viable replacement good. This kind of anti-consumer behavior will be seen as validation by the pro-piracy crowd. Anime is disproportionately pirated to a large degree, primarily because of ease and inertia, but anything that justifies this behavior is celebrated and repeated ad nauseum, and I don't really understand why Crunchyroll seems so eager to give piracy this easy win. I just don't, like, I think the thing I don't understand is that I don't know what paragraph, there was some paragraph here where they're talking about how, like, maybe it's this, like, the majority of the, actually, you know what, I don't even care. I should read the article before I have a full, like, opinion on it. I don't know, this seems pretty dumb to me, but it is what it is. Piracy, am I right, guys? I think it was written by the guy who does the podcast with Mother's Basement and Glass Reflection. Well, this was written by 3 people. And it didn't seem too bad, the parts I read. Written by Miles... Oh, no, but wait. 4 people? Miles, Leah, Claudia, and Chloe. And I saw one of them had a blue sky, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting thing. And a LinkedIn. But I guess LinkedIn makes sense for a writer and Instagram. Wait, this isn't the people, right? Oh, no, it literally is Miles. Can I look at Blue Sky Logged Out? Oh, I can. Oh, my goodness. Wait, do I know this person? This guy looks familiar. Well, interesting. I don't know. I guess go read this if you're interested. I'll probably read it fully off stream, but my opinion is, oh, who knows? I don't know. Like, I like the subs are good on Crunchyroll, but I don't really care that much if they get replaced. And I imagine most people won't either. Okay, there we go. That one's done now. What's next? Is there anything interesting? I only have one more, actually. No, I have 2 more. One is the My Hero final season, but I don't know what to say about that. What can we say about this My Hero? What is this? This looks cool. My Hero Academia. When has it already come out? Is it season 7 or 8? No, season 8. October 4th. That's tomorrow, right? I'm curious when the dub comes out, because that's what I'm going to be watching. I am very excited for this. Like, this is my favorite stretch of My Hero Academia, like, by far. I hope the anime does it well. If it's only going to be, like, 8 episodes or whatever, or 12 episodes. Does it say how many? Then that could be really good, right? It could have really good production stuff. Dragon Ball GT looks so cool. True. The normies were subtweeting you when they made the "why'd we do that" joke, EliteAri. True, that's very true. Rent free. Well, who knows? I'm excited for this. But the other final actual topic I wanted to talk about is this. New anime settles Goku versus Saitama, but there's a catch. Basically, the point is, there's a new AI video model that came out, Sora 2, and I can't comment on how good it is because I haven't used it because it's not available in Australia, which is a little annoying. But from what I have seen from like random videos and stuff and on TikToks and all that, it seems to be really good, but I can't really know unless I try it myself. But basically, it produces both visuals and audio, like the VO3 thing from Google that came out a few months ago. But it can do anime better than that can. But even so, I guess we'll play this, but I don't think it is particularly good at anime at all. Like, it struggles seemingly much more at making anime stuff than it does at making like live action real stuff, which could probably make sense because I'm sure it's trained on like a bunch of real footage rather, or like game engines or something, rather than anime and animation. But it is interesting because some clips I have seen make it like, although it definitely does not look good now, it's like a drastic improvement from what even the best stuff a few months ago. And this is the first thing where I'm like, man, this is like legitimately, I can see the path now in like maybe even like 2 years or something, where it's like this could easily replace a significant amount of like people in the anime industry. But not in the ways that people think. Like, I don't think this is going to replace, unless it gets like a lot better, and I'm sure it will eventually, but like in the short term, I don't know if this would ever replace an animator outright, but it might replace like, it might replace like instead of having like 10 animators, you could probably have like 3 or something, right? All right, let's watch this and see what people think, I guess. We can probably make this full screen, but it's probably going to look pretty bad, I'm guessing. Just like keep in mind, I guess, as far as I understand, this is completely, I haven't seen this specific one, but as far as I understand, this is completely made by Sora 2. You're wide open.
Just one. You're finished, Shinigami.
Like hell I am! Zero! Getsuga! Tensho! I'm not done yet! Shadow Clone Breakbeat! Ha!
Let's spin, guys!
Yeah! Catch! You're not escaping, Light-kun! Quit calling me that while you're trying to kick me! Persistent as ever. You're one to talk! Ow! Get back here!
The lake looks different at this hour.
Yeah, like it's holding the sky for us.
Even in this rain, I can see you clearly. I won't break again. Kneel, Shadow Wielder! Not a chance! Insolent! End of the line!
Jesus, how long does this go for? Okay, we're done now.
Too slow. I won't let you toy with me, Hisoka.
Such a lovely spark.
Try keeping up.
Oh, I intend to.
Yo, I'm bald, but the shine's still lethal. Stage in ruins, I'm bored of sequels. You huge, cool, means more echo when the rhyme hits you.
Okay, it's interesting. There's like a few things to take away from this. One is that clearly it's not very good at action, which makes sense because the more complicated like human behavior stuff, it's going to be very difficult to like replicate in AI. But the second thing to say is that this is like, even as it stands now, I could easily imagine it being used as like a rough outline, like even like a, what do you call it? A pre-visualization thing. Like how in like when they're like choreographing like Star Wars fights or something. Like they animate the characters and have them go in certain, they have them doing certain things and stuff. And I could imagine something like this like easily helping out with that process drastically. I think it is interesting how, I don't know, like a shot like this is like, the fact that it just came from nothing is kind of interesting. Like obviously you wouldn't use this in the final product, but I could imagine this speeding up so much. Like it gives you so much already, right? Like it gives you the environment. It gives you the characters. It gives you the movement. It gives you like a real intuitive physics of like how the characters move when the camera is panned. Like all of that that you would have to be familiar with beforehand is already provided to you, just by using this as like as something to guide your like process when you're animating it. I think the real thing that would be beneficial is if I know Sora 1 could do this to an extent. I guess VO3 can do this definitely. Where if you provide it with an original image and even maybe an end image, and it kind of produces the in-between frames is really interesting. Like it could be interesting. I'd be curious to see how far something like this could go if you provide like the key animation or whatever, like you provide the actual like important parts of motion within like a scene and then give it to it and make the in-between stuff. And I wonder how good it would be at that. I also wonder how good it would be if you, like, obviously this is a world model that's being trained on a bunch of different things and it's not specialized in anime whatsoever. And if anything, anime is like an afterthought. It would be interesting to see like taking a model like this and then specifically fine-tuning it on anime, or maybe even like training a model like this specifically for animation. Like there's probably a lot of money to be made there, and so there could be a lot of companies that are going to specifically focus on that. And if this is how good like a world model that is meant to work on everything is, how would a model specifically trained on anime look? And then there's also the fact that this also focuses on dialogue and stuff. Like what would happen if you forget about focusing on that and you specifically focus on a model just trained on visuals? Now obviously you could argue that like the dialogue helps the actual training process because it helps the model learn what's actually on screen, but these are all things that are almost certainly going to be explored by like a bunch of companies and maybe even OpenAI included. And it's wild how far it's come in like a year and how far it's going to go like 2 years from now. Yeah, I don't know. It is kind of scary as well. Like for just the anime industry in general, like what's it going to do? I don't know. It's interesting. Anyway, rent-free, true. Wait, did I read? I think I read that already. Anyway, I'm excited to get this, okay? Access to it, so I can make a bunch of videos and test it out and see how good it actually is. Missing Gojo, true. Oh yeah, I did see some Gojo fight or something. But yeah. Now, what is this article going to say? Do we have any interest in reading this? Sora AI anime's immensely negative reaction tells a different story. Are we going to pull out tweets from people? Beyond the usual defense of the use of AI to democratize the creative process, fans and various professionals in the animation industry spoke up in the replies. Death Battle's 3D animator and voice actor Devil Artemis responded on X, being genuinely concerned for the future of the animation industry. You know, I do completely agree with this. It is very concerning. But yeah, there's nothing you can. I feel yeah, it's interesting. Like I never thought that this quickly it would be able to generate like multiple scenes. Like we could see that in those videos, it was like cutting between different shots within a particular generation, right? Like as far as I understand, well, this is like a bad example. It's like a good one. Like as far as I understand, this is all generated with one prompt. It's not like they're generating different scenes. It's like this is all one thing. Like the cuts to the characters, the cuts to a wide shot. Like the hand slowly moving, cutting to a wide shot, the fading. Like as far as I understand, that's all generated with like a single sentence or whatever. You like give it the thing and it'll generate all of it. I never thought that would happen so quickly, which is like a little concerning. Even for like things like directors and stuff. Obviously it's not anyway good at the moment, but like it's come so far and it's going to continue to go so far, especially when you focus on anime as like a specific thing. So genuinely concerned for the future of the animation industry. I do agree with this, which is interesting. Other replies have highlighted that this model, much like the Studio Ghibli AI craze, is the result of stealing others' high-profile work to unprecedented levels. That is, I mean, it's true, but like, what are you gonna do about it, right? And it depends on what your definition of stealing and all that, right? Like, humans are doing the same thing, right? But I don't know. I'm sympathetic to that. But this is like a fruitless. You're not gonna achieve anything that way. Animator Richmond Lee even uses this instance to make a call to action for others to be angry at this development. He strikingly refers to this development as stolen valor in the animation community. True. Please God, regulate it into hell. It absolutely will not be regulated, because if the US regulates it, then like another country will see the commercial advantage it provides you and then just like do it anyway, right? I don't know how you could regulate it. You could you could regulate it in a particular market, but then the consumers would just go to piracy, right? Instead of watching the stuff that you want your country to like engage with in like an economic sense or whatever, right? I don't know. It feels like a losing battle to try and... I mean, you should obviously still try to regulate it. I completely agree. I just feel like it's an impossibly losing battle, right? This anime stuff lacks a soul. Well, right now it does, but I guess we'll see. Anyway, that was my last thing I wanted to talk about. That's it. That's all I have for this stream, guys. I guess that's it. Stream 50 minutes? Not really. Let's see. What has Kyle linked? Wait, what is this, by the way? Devilman. Oh my god, a book! In a fantasy language. Oh my god, it's turning into Japanese! I wish I knew what it said. I like the style. I don't know what this is. It reminds me a lot of like JJK Season 2 and Mushoku Tensei Season 1. Or Season 2 as well.
勇者の末路など知ったことではない。死にさえ値せぬ罪人どもめ。
賊め、散奪者め。待ってくださいよ、勇者家。納得できませんか、この支離滅裂な作戦。僕たち勇者なら死んでも生き返らせてもらえるし。蘇生のたびに記憶と自我がすり合って、いつかは自分が何者かわからなくなるんだぞ。女神って確か大昔に作られた魔王と戦うための兵器だよね。
It's not Studio Bind, is it?
それこそが私の意味のすべてです。
勇者に選択の余地はねえし、任務を果たす以外どうすることもできねえ。見つけ出してやる。セネルバをはめた奴らを見つけ出して、絶対に。
Oh my god, what's he saying? What's he so angry about?
勇者系に処す。
Alright, have I seen this before? I think there's like a chance I have. But what is it called? Brave Punishment. Well, interesting. Oops. If you didn't know, the name is Sentenced to be a Hero. I'm so curious what studio this is. Wait, what? Jesus. I didn't know there was a limit. Oh my god, bro. Translate to English. Show me the studio. I should have just asked what studio. Ay. The AI recognizes how bad dubs are and intentionally makes the voice acting bad. That is true. Kyle famously, having watched thousands and thousands of dubs, has an opinion on what dubs sound like in the modern day. Well done, Kyle. Rocket Shokai. Oh, Studio Kai? Why do I know this name? Uma Musume. I know that show. Uma Musume. Is that literally why I know them? From the anime about the horse girls? That's crazy. The character designer worked on Mushoku a lot. I guess that makes sense. I don't know what it is. This is for like a Sakuga person to explain to me. There's like there's a style. I don't know what you call it. I don't know if you call it an art style or like a lighting decision or like there's something which looks really good whenever it's done. JJK Season 2 famously did it. And I think maybe Mushoku Tensei Season 1 and Wonder Egg did it a bit. Where is it? Like you can see it here kind of. I don't know how to explain it. It's like the fact that there's very minimal shading. It's like the lines are really thin. I don't know what it is. It like looks really good. Like here, like even the shading and I don't know how to explain this. What are some examples? Let me pull them up, all right? So we've got like famously the oh my god, JJK. This opening has it a bunch. Wait, does it not? Am I thinking of something different? JJK. There's like some fight in season 2 that does it a lot. I think it's Toady versus rabbits. Bro, I'm not gonna be able to find it. And this is like, yeah, it's 4K 60. Like this. How do I get this up? Like this. Okay, we're getting there, We're making progress. All right, there's another one, and now I just thought of another one. Okay. Luke versus Rudius fight wedding. Okay. Bro, give me the bar. I'm not watching this whole thing. Okay, here's another one. But that's not, it's not good. It doesn't look good. I need one that looks good. Okay, here's another one. Kind of. I mean, we can just do like the... It's like a perfect shot. Maybe the aerial one? Okay, fine. This one? Okay, I think there's one more. It's in free round. I don't know how I'm gonna find it. I saw an edit on TikTok, which is why I know this. Fern, episode like 3 or 4 or something, right? 2. I'm not gonna be able to find it. Okay, this is it. Okay, guys? If you're a big anime person, if you're listening in the distant future, you need to explain this to me. What do you call this? This looks really good. This looks really good. And this looks really good. Okay, and there's something in common between these three, and I don't know what it is. Whenever an anime does this, I'm like, this is like the best looking thing I've seen in my life. Wonder Egg also does it, but I'm not going to be able to find like a Wonder Egg example. There's no way. Wonder Egg scene. Maybe the frill stuff? I think it's mostly in the slice of life stuff in Wonder Egg. Like, bedroom. Like, when she's in her room or whatever. Or, like, eating dinner. Dinner. God, so it's... The show is not popular enough. Maybe this. Nope, I don't know. Whatever. Wonder Egg does it too, okay? Alright. Hello, Katie Rose. Look up Blue Lock Season 2, Rin versus Sae. There's no way Blue Lock looks good, right? Oh my god, it might actually look good. We don't listen to the audio. Wait, you want to watch the thing, or is this like an example of the style? Because I don't necessarily want to watch a Blue Lock clip. But this is, I don't think this is the style at all. Like, this looks like Season 1 JJK style, which I don't like. Or is, like, fine, but, like, not as good as Season 2. But this one frame here looks really good. Oh! That looked cool. This kind of looks good. Is it really just a lighting thing? This is literally the only good-looking bit, but it happens right after this clip. Yeah, this looks really good, actually. This is it. Kind of. Yeah, already. Like, this is it. What is it? What's different about this? Is it the lighting? Is it like the... Is it the thickness of the lines or something? What is it? Why does it look so good? Even just this. I don't know what it is. It's gonna kill me, but just for context, all right? This, and this. They all look so good. Like, I don't know what it is. It must be the fact that there's minimal lighting. That's my guess. Because this is like all just one color for each like part. Like the skin is all one color. The pants are all one color. This is like basically all one color. This is all one color. Like for all the shirt and the everything. No shading. That must be what it is, I'm guessing. I just really like when there's no shading. The lines? It might also be the lines. They all look so similar as well. Like the type of line or like the... Maybe it's how they're a little bit rough as well. Like they're not trying to be smooth and stuff. Like you can see like this line doesn't connect there or whatever. I mean, these are much more smoother though. I don't know. Like the lines are also cutting out a bit, I guess. Like it's not the same, it's the same thickness, but it's like kind of fading away for certain bits. Maybe it's that. Who knows? It's something. You could probably just stalk that sucker account you hate and find a term for it. I don't think there is a sucker account I hate. There's like a million of them. Which one are you even talking about? But true. The Kevin guy, whatever, that's probably the only one I hate. And I don't even know if I hate him. I think it's just, I just don't think I've ever seen him. I don't think I like that article he wrote about AI. It was like the dumbest thing I've seen in my life, but I don't even know if I hate him. Kevin? True. Alright. Why am I getting ads now? But not on videos for some reason. Alright, we can close all these. I should just make a video about that, right? Like, it would take me, like, maybe 2 hours to make, like, script it and then record it and edit it. And then people might be like, yeah, I also like when the anime does that. It'd be really easy to do. Let me set a reminder. Maybe I'll actually... I don't know how much time I have tonight, but... We'll see. Maybe. Modern anime looks bad. Says Kyle, the famous consumer of a bunch of modern anime. Alright. So that was that. Now what are the videos Kyle has now linked again? Well, that's not what I wanted. How did that happen? Oh, I forgot the H. Okay. EliteAri has a lot of hate in his heart. That is true. Oh.
There was a moment.
Okay, so we have Dragon Ball Z Abridged is a hilarious masterpiece. I don't know why Kai will link this, because he already watched it on his stream, and I watched him watch it. You know, he really stumped me. Kyle specifically, I guess, when he... Well, no, it wasn't Kyle, it was the guy, but Kyle also noticed it. Where he's talking about all this, like, behind-the-scenes stuff that he's consumed, and there's, like, even the people are commenting here that know it, like, who this guy is and everything, or they're all, like, thanking him for the whatever. And he pronounced, like, Lanipator as, like... I don't even know how he pronounced it. He, like, pronounced it weird, and I was like, how is it possible? Like, is it a different person narrating it than, like, writing it, or, like...
DBZ Abridged hit...
Or am I, like, just wrong and that's not how it's pronounced? But Kyle also thought it was pronounced the same way. I don't know. Anyway, who knows? DBZA, I love it, you know? I like it more than the original, but it obviously wouldn't exist without the original, so... take from that what you will, you know? I'm the opposite of that Mushoku Tensei guy we just watched, who's like, you know, I liked season 2, it was really good, but it would be nothing without season 1, so therefore season 2 is good. So season 2 is bad. The Lawful Evil of Chainsaw Man Public Safety. It could be good. Small channel. The problem with letterboxed film school and performed taste. The one saving grace of this is that it's a small channel. But they're holding a microphone. I already hate when people hold microphones in videos. At least it's not a small one. It's a normal size one, so it's better. I don't know. Let's start with this.
Where I felt like the way I
Bro.
There was a moment where I felt like the way I watched movies had changed. I caught myself analyzing them as I was watching, thinking about whether it was a 4 or 5-star film, where it ranked compared to other things I'd seen that month, already forming a take and thinking about the cleverest way I could sum it up in one line for people who didn't ask. I wasn't getting lost in movies the way I used to. I wasn't fully pulled into the story or immersed in the world, and I started to realize I'd lost the simple, emotional, instinctive kind of movie watching that made me fall in love with them in the first place. At some point,
This sounds like it's made for Kyle. I feel like Kyle always talks about this. That's funny.
It felt like I'd stopped watching movies for myself and started performing my taste through them. I wanted to make this video to unpack how cinephile spaces like Film School, Letterboxd, and Film Twitter can shape not just what we watch, but how we watch them. I want to talk about how that influence can change our relationship.
I'm getting fed up with these quiet videos, guys. Do you think stable volume will fix this?
To movies in ways that are hard to
It did not fix it.
notice. And I want to share what's helped me start reconnecting with.
Okay, is it okay? Oh my god. What are some open-ended plots, mysteries that are unresolved, and things that we don't quite know?
And Film Twitter can shape not just
motivation, stuff like that. So okay, maybe I'm part of the problem. That's also pretty quiet. This looked, I don't know. Okay, this is more of an acceptable volume, okay? I don't know anything about the okay.
What we watch, but
anyway. I don't ever talk about this. I talk about how consuming things is not fun. That's not that it's too analytical. You literally talk about how, oh guys, I was a bit nervous toward the end of this movie. I was thinking, oh, it could be a 10 out of 10, but no, actually it might be a 9 out of 10 because this thing happened, and the whole time thinking, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't do something bad because it needs to be a 10 out of 10, guys. You literally talk about this all the time. And then you're also talking about how like actually, yeah, just leave it at that. That's enough.
How we watch them. I want to talk about how that influence can change our relationship to movies in ways that are hard to notice. And I want to share what's helped me start reconnecting with movies in a way that feels honest, present, and personal.
Taste shift.
Most people fall in love with movies because of how they make them feel. Even if they don't know the language for it, they're reacting to the edit, the lighting, the score. It's not about identifying the technique, it's about being moved by it. But if you spend enough time in film school or online film circles, you start to internalize a more selective definition of what makes a movie good. Emotion still matters, but only if it's the right kind. Subtle is better than sentimental. Ambiguity is better than clarity. Restraint is better than obvious emotion.
These are all my axioms when it comes to film consumption. I agree.
Clear, accessible stories start to get looked down upon, and it becomes less about joy.
That's because they're objectively worse, right?
Or comfort, and more about complexity and craft. The sociologist Pierre Bourdieu called this cultural capital. It's the idea that taste is tied to status. The more refined your taste, the more credibility or social value you're perceived to have. And this plays out constantly in film culture. A Marvel fan and a Tarkovsky fan can both love movies, but only one of them is going to be taken seriously in most cinephile circles. In film school, no one tells you what to like, but you start to pick up on the cues. You notice.
True. That's different, totally different. I'm sure it is.
Which films get
all right, I don't care about this. I mean, cool, but yeah. What are the points? Letterboxd and pressure to perform. Film school trains you to analyze, not feel. Why it's harder to connect with big movies. The cost of always watching critically. I mean, this seems like a fine video. I just won't have anything to say. Trying to read these. It was like what type of channel would you call this? I don't even know what this. They're just talking about stuff that affects their life, I guess. I don't know. The struggles of a modern day person. I don't know. I think the term you like is kagenashi animation. Well, let's have a look. You know what? Thank you, ChatGPT. What is Kagenashi animation? Shadowless animation refers to a stylistic choice in anime and animation where no shading or shadows are used on the characters and objects, resulting in flat, simple, and clean visual appearances. This is probably almost certainly what I'm talking about. You know what? I just thought of another example. Wait. Which watch opening? Like so many of these. What's like the... I know there's like one example. Like even this. Yeah, like a shot like this. Kind of. I'm sure there's a better one in here that I'm looking for. Is this even the one I'm looking for? Is this the first opening? It is. Yeah, this bit where he's like running around the thing. Whatever. Which watch does it too, okay? Anyway. Fate divided fans and caused a lot of incomprehension. While you can dislike it, the priority should be that people don't spread misconceptions. I saw a lot of people who either liked or disliked the animation in the episode thinking those parts were rushed. I mean, this doesn't look quite as good as the other stuff, but it also, it is the light. The lighting does look very nice, like the colors or whatever. As you can see, there isn't any shadow, so it looks kind of strange. Even though I like it a lot, I can understand if you don't. But don't get the wrong idea, that's a technique. One of the animators did a little analyze of his peers' scenes, and he talks about Kage Nashi lit shadowless style. What does that mean? He said it's a popular style used by young animators used to represent strong expressions. By eliminating details, it enhances the silhouettes and movement, creating much stronger expression and emotion. Someone linked this. Yuki Hayashi, who is this? I know the name Hayashi, but who's this? Is one of the best animators of the industry, and it seems like... Why do I recognize this name? It's gonna kill me. Wait, what? It can't be a... No. My Hero One Piece. It's not Heavenly Delusion, right? I don't know what I'm thinking of. Interesting. Okay. Thank you. I also did character design once. I want to do Kagenashi. No. Kagenasi. It is a job that survived just by the enthusiasm of saying, even so, okay, I don't know what this means. One of the best animes in the industry, and it seems like he likes it even though it's immature and embarrassing. I guess he's referring to how people like us might perceive it, and he's right judging Upper's reactions. But I think we should also be open-minded regarding this kind of thing. Try seeing the scene without focusing on the negative side, but also seeing the intent of the artist, how animators achieve the present, represent emotions and expressions through subtle changes in forms. Just the same images. Oh my god, we got a whole scene here. True. Go watch Bakemono no Ko. The entire film was done with characters drawn without any shading. Oh my god. Also, this is 8 years ago. That's kind of crazy. But I should be watching this. I love this style. Bro's got a Chainsaw Man profile picture 8 years ago. That's the style a lot of anime used once they go Sakuga or emotional heavy. Most notably, the first Naruto versus Sasuke fight. I heard similar comments from people regarding Devilman and Yuasa's anime overall. Interesting. The lazy animation technique.
When the character designs go from this...
Oh, so spoilers. I don't want Naruto stuff.
But different. When the colors you're used to seeing...
Oh, the fan animation did it too. At least the opening thing I've seen of it. Wait. One Piece fan animation. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is just solving so much stuff in my life. Opening scene. Yeah, like all of this. This is like the style, just like all done in like one go. Like even everything here, like it just looks so good. This, oh my god, this is why it's the best looking thing I've seen in my life. It made me want to watch One Piece. This should be the go-to example. This is like the best it's probably ever looked. Oh my god, every little thing here. Oh my goodness, all the details. Oh, what a thing that I haven't seen yet.
From episode to episode, feel a little flatter. The character's outline's a little looser, maybe even a little rougher. Something's different, but you're not complaining. Or maybe you are. I've seen a lot of anime fans react to animations such as this and call it lazy or commenting on the fact that they didn't even bother to shade these.
I know this episode of Mob does it. Actually, it doesn't look that good. Like, it looks fine in Mob Psycho, but in other cases it looks really good. Here it's just like fine. I don't know why.
Characters, those lazy animators. But this is a very purposeful and specific technique used in animation called Kage Nashi, also known as a shadowless technique. No, this isn't some random Naruto jutsu, but those familiar with Naruto might know.
Oh, bro, there's too many Naruto spoils in this one. The whole is like a Naruto video. What a shame. I'm also curious where terms like this come from. Like, is there like a Japanese dictionary where we can like look up this term, or is this like a thing that people in the industry use? Or is like a Twitter thing about it? Oh my god. Heath, I'm so happy that you've enlightened me with this term. Oh my god. I'm gonna go watch every anime that like uses this now. I don't know what this is, but cool. Alright. Thank you. You could read the anime machine. What the hell is the anime machine? Who is this? What is this supposed to have to do with anime? Am I crazy? It's like an anime researcher or something. 2009 reference work by the animation scholar, literally, Thomas. It focuses primarily on analyzing anime. I need to like enunciate a bit more, okay, when I'm reading fast on stream. It focuses primarily on analyzing anime, through which Lamar presents his theory of, I thought he said anti-Semitism. What is it? Animatism. A different perspective with which to view a world saturated with modern technology. I mean, that didn't really win me over. What is this? No, is that like a pirated version? I don't want that. Heath, you made the stream boring? No, Heath made stream amazing because I'm just so enlightened now. I know that's a non-fiction book about anime as a medium and how it works. I'll look into it. Maybe next stream you'll see that it's on my media list. Alright, what is this? I have a burger! Ugh. Why did Kyle link this? Wait, who linked this? Not this one.
Oh boy.
Thanks, Tyrone. You know I've seen this one, right? What, did we watch like the beginning of it? Or I watched it on Kyle's stream and I talked about it? This is like probably the worst video I've seen in my life, maybe? I think. Or was that like a response to it? Maybe this isn't the actual bad one. Oh no, it was 9 months ago.
Books?
I don't know. I watched some Madoak video from this channel. It was embarrassing. Okay.
The Musk man is causing stock to...
Huh? Wait, what? Elon Musk causes Netflix stock to crash. Oh my god, guys. We're going to see the crash? How big is it going to be? Was it this? And then it went back up? Is it like visible in the 5-year or the maximum? Like what period of time do we see the crash? Is it this? Was this the Elon Musk crash? Down 2% and then back up? I don't think it'll ever recover from this. Oh my goodness. When did this video come out? 12 hours ago? Oh my god. Poor Netflix. How are they going to recover? Let's see.
Crash. So, for those of you that do not know,
please let me know.
Netflix is having a stop drop problem because Elon Musk found out.
Oh, what? Stop drop? What does that mean? Like stop, drop, and roll? Like if you're in a fire or something?
About a particular cartoon series that is on Netflix. And when he found out about it, as you can see, he tweeted and was like, done. He was like, nah, we ain't doing this. So he told people to cancel their Netflix subscriptions. I remember someone telling me the other day, because I was excited about the possibility of Netflix possibly buying like Warner Brothers or DC Studios or whatever it was. I can't remember. One of the two. And he was like, don't.
Wait, those two feel like way different, right? Am I crazy? Isn't Warner Brothers like massive, or am I crazy? Or is DC Studios also massive? $12 billion revenue. I mean, this doesn't publish the revenue. Well,
don't forget, Netflix got a whole lot of woke over there. I was like, oh yeah. Now I've worked with Netflix in the past, and Netflix, the people there were really cool. They were very easy to work with, very cordial. Everybody was cool. I had no problem whatsoever working with them. But yes, they do have a number of things over there that people have major issues with. It says here, Netflix is under high-profile scrutiny as conservative faces, including Elon Musk, publicly canceled subscriptions to protest of an animated show with a transgender protagonist. Netflix stock fell almost 2% the morning of October 1st after Musk posted on X about a show.
Wait, what percent?
Protest of an animated show with a transgender protagonist. Netflix stock fell almost 2% the morning of October 1st after Musk posted on X about a show. Although it's unclear if the decline was directly related to the cancellations. Yeah, right. Of course it was.
Sure, it's obvious. It's obvious, guys.
Show in question, Dead End Paranormal Park, follows two teenagers who work at a haunted.
Like, okay, cancel it. I don't care. If you don't like it, cancel it. I do a video about it. I guess, you know, I get it. Tyrone is he's got to give his opinion on things, just like me right now. You know, I'm giving my opinions on things. Just revisiting the best vids, the best hits. It's going to crash tomorrow, I promise. No, it already crashed 2%, and then somehow it recovered because I don't know why. The lawful evil of Chainsaw Man's public safety. This sounds like it's going to be pretty boring, but you never know. Small channel, could be good. Should we watch a Chainsaw Man Rezark movie review? Alright, let's just... Spoilers for Chainsaw Man manga, okay guys?
Hey guys, it's Red here with my first video. Well, since my...
Jesus, his first video.
...channel turned 2 years old.
Oh.
So go check out my Annie/Q&A video.
Fine.
Hey guys, it's Red. Chainsaw Man anime.
Why'd you decide to start this channel and why you focus on Chainsaw Man? Boring. What's a good question?
It's getting better. Questions.
Show me the questions.
Anyways, there's.
Are you aware Hollow Knight's Silk Song, which has probably taken over the internet by September 4th? Once Chainsaw Man ends, where will your content transition to? What are some genuine criticisms you have of the Chainsaw Man as a story? What is your main inspiration for doing YouTube? Is English your first language? What are some of the other interests? Okay, well, I think I got the gist of it. All right.
Linked in the cards above and in the description. Short intro this time, so just make sure to like and subscribe and follow me on Twitter.
Not spoilers? True.
Because why not? Stay tuned for more bangers like this one. So let's just get into it. Lawful evil. To enforce and uphold the law, without regard for who it hurts. Lawful evil is what I would describe public safety to be. Well, at least the public safety we see now, since they're no longer the protagonists. As many of you know / should know, public safety is a government organization in Chainsaw Man, where they hunt devils / capture them for personal use. Whether they use devils for contracts or using them as devil hunters with humans as their quote-unquote handlers. Public safety is split into normal divisions with...
Alright, I'm not going to be entertained by this video. How Chainsaw Man creates dark humor with plot armor, sure. Is it going to be a person, or is it going to be writing on the screen? Whoa. What if this is important? I'll go read it, okay.
Plot armor exists in all sorts of media.
It's an Australian person, that's crazy. Oh, they have a style for their thumbnails.
Usually degrades in their quality. See, for example, Fairy Tail. The author...
Huh? Wait, what?
Plot armor exists in all sorts of media, and usually degrades in their quality. See, for example, Fairy Tail. The author of the manga stated that he dislikes killing characters, hence them being able to survive anything. Like, seriously, it's to the point of stupidity. This seems to happen a lot in anime and manga, especially shonen ones. We see it in, as stated before, Fairy Tail, Naruto, One Piece, Boku no Hero Academia, JoJo Parts 1 to 6, and
So I don't know anything about any of these. I mean, I know these two basically. I don't even think about plot armor in My Hero. It's not even a thing that crossed my mind. Or in JoJo's. Okay, interesting. Has there ever been a plot armor thing? I'm sure there's been plot armor things that have bothered me. Obviously, the Game of Thrones stuff bothered me toward the end for some stuff. I'm sure there's stuff, right?
many more. This probably has to do with the target audience being teenage boys. There are seinens that also do the same, but they tend to do it a lot less due to the series being marketed towards young adult men. There's one shonen manga I feel has used plot armor to its advantage though. It's Chainsaw Man, and it's Kobani's car. No, I'm kidding, it's Kobani.
Really?
Kobani is a devil hunter that was introduced in chapter 10 of the manga. Just from the way she looks compared to everyone else on this page, she looks very nervous. She's sweating and everything, while everyone else looks calm and collected. The first thought I had was,
Man, isn't it crazy how far Fujimoto's art has fallen? It used to look so good. Have you seen it these days, guys? Oh my goodness. He really used to make masterpieces.
Looks calm and collected. The first thought I had was, she ain't gonna be living very long in the manga as ruthless as this. Yeah, we're currently at chapter 96 of the manga. There's one chapter remaining.
Oh, 4 years old. I didn't realize it was 4 years old. Oh my goodness.
And she is one of the only characters still alive. Why? Because she has plot armor, and it's brilliantly used.
Bro, this is crazy. This came out before the last chapter of Chainsaw Man.
Whenever we see Kobani, she's her usual nerve-wracking self and is in a very dangerous situation. And somehow through all the people killed during said dangerous situations, she ends up surviving but becomes more and more miserable. Instead of dying, something else happens that damages her more so mentally than physically, and it's usually hilarious. Wanted to go to university? Nope, forced to become a devil hunter when she is terrified of devils. She starts to enjoy her job a bit because of her teammate, who quickly gets killed in front of her. While she was really cool-headed in combat, afterwards she starts to lose it, blaming herself for Hirokazu's death. And other things like Himeno dying, everyone around her starts to die one by one. She constantly gets frightened by devils, power crashes her new car and gets blamed for it, which she fixes with her
What a great gag, by the way. Oh my goodness.
savings, which then get wrecked not long after. Speaking of her car, it gets more votes than her in the popularity vote done, which is just so fucking funny. And yeah, we can't forget about how she starts working at a burger chain, forced to do cringy poses, forced to deal with Chainsaw Man, somehow slips twice while serving a meal to Chainsaw Man, causing all her co-workers decapitations, forced to go on a date with Chainsaw Man, and forced to play DDR, all while she cries constantly. Man, those two chapters was a different kind of intense. And yeah, as everyone dies swiftly in the Control Devil arc, she lives and is like one of the 3 characters still alive. Honestly, I don't know if half of this is real at this point. The point is that her plot armor is used by the author to create this dark humor, as we see her.
Oh my god. How did Kerbeni survive? We have the answer, because it's funny. That's why. Wow. I mean, it makes sense. I like it. It's kind of an interesting insight, you know? The punchline of the joke is that Kerbeni has to suffer living, and that's like really funny. You should do a try not to laugh challenge and take submissions from the audience. I guarantee you I would win that, and I would not laugh the whole time. EliteAri admitting to falling prey to plot armor. Yeah, but sometimes it bothers me, true. How did Kerbeni survive? Because it's funnier if she lives. You should make more jokes in your videos. I will never make a joke. Does this guy even read chat? I do, true.
Her being constantly miserable while surviving literally everything, we all laugh, and she keeps crying. I feel bad for her, I really do. But when your own car beats you in a popularity poll, I'm sorry, but I will keep laughing till the sun consumes the earth. And I'm sure she will continue to be miserable in the final chapter. This is why I feel plot armor is...
Was she even in the final chapter? I don't remember.
...isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's like with all tropes and tools. As long as you use them right and are original with it, you can use them to your advantage. The first girl the main character meets doesn't have to be the final love interest. You can pull a Chikan Otoku and make the greatest romance manga ever made. The main character doesn't have to stay a hero-like figure. They can be like Gon, who has twisted morals, or Eren, who becomes a genocidal maniac. And well, yeah, I see many other characters in the medium being miserable because of plot armor. I've never really seen it used like how Fujimoto Tatsuki uses it in Chainsaw Man. Instead of using it to be overly dark and dramatical, Fujimoto uses it for black comedy purposes. And as I've been explaining, it works phenomenally. Kobani is just immortal. I bet even if the world were to end in that final chapter, she would still be alive somehow. Oh yeah, and if for some reason you are watching this video without reading Chainsaw Man yet, go read it. It's a pretty quick read,
Sure.
bizarre artistic choices and character writing. I just felt like making this video because I caught up with the recent 20 or so chapters the other night. I'm also currently working on a long-ass review of Boruto, which I'm losing brain cells over. That'll probably be out near the end of the month. Till then, go have some fun.
Boruto is blonde? I guess that makes sense. What was I gonna say? Chainsaw Man? Oh yeah, I feel like Kyle. So basically, Kyle Entertainment, you know, a collaborator on this channel here, my channel that is, not this channel. He wants to make a video about Denji. I feel like you absolutely should make that, Kyle, because I feel like people are getting 500,000 views for Kobeni videos 4 years ago. So you know, it is what it is. Boruto is bad. True. Kyle hasn't said sorry for spreading the lie that you were gonna watch Gigix show. Yeah, well, I don't know why you thought that. I don't think I ever said that, did I? Yeah, I don't know. EliteAri, did you address the Priam comments? What Priam? You mean the Creedon comments? Wait, I don't know if Creedon's here is listening in the future. What is it? What do you mean? What does this mean? I want to see Ari crying in pain. Okay, fair enough. Which of his reprehensible behaviors did you have a problem with this time? It was just hearing his Indian voice, that's all. What does that mean? Did I make a reference to like something about India? Or did Kyle say I'm Indian or something? I have no idea what that even means. Anyway. About Denji? Yeah, you want to make a Denji video. True. They're all the same. These commenters? I suppose. Alright. Guys, my neck hurts. I woke up with a sore neck. Can you believe it? Am I done? Is that it? Kyle's linked a JK Rowling video and I have no interest in watching it. So we're not going to watch it. Spoilers for Chainsaw Man.
For the last couple of months, I've been saying that Chainsaw Man is nearing its end, and it's finally been confirmed that I'm not an insane person.
Really?
Denji, in this most recent chapter, went absolutely
Bro.
insane.
What did he say? Wait.
A couple of months, I've been saying that Chainsaw Man is nearing its end, and it's finally been confirmed that I'm...
Okay, what chapter? Denji eat ear chapter. 173? No, he vomited up the ear devil. Wiki Chainsaw Man 173. True, the chapter without ears. Don't worry, guys. A year and a half later, we're still going. All right? Well, it's not a year and a half, I guess, but you know, we're getting there, right? We're at the end. We're almost there, guys. I swear, it's gonna end soon.
I'm not an insane person. Denji, in this most recent chapter, went absolutely insane as the black eyeless Chainsaw Man. And Chainsaw Man once again dropped one of the legitimate hardest manga panels of all time. But to break down what's going on here, Denji, as the Chainsaw Man, as Pochita, is eating the head of the Ear Devil. For those of you who don't know, Pochita has an ability known as Devil Erasure, meaning that any and all devils consumed by Pochita disappear, and so does their concept. So Denji eats the Ear Devil, which erases the concept of...
He's been so consistent about saying Pochita, but now he says Denji. Why would he do this?
The Ear Devil, which erases the concept of ear...
Sorry, I just randomly got reminded because we're watching a random YouTube short, and the only other person we watch shorts of is totally not Mark. That the other day I was watching a Destiny stream, and I woke up and I was like, okay, let me listen to like a Destiny stream while I make breakfast or something. And I clicked on the timeline, and it was like this like 2-hour-long conversation. It wasn't that long. It was like really long. And I was like, okay, who's this? Like Destiny's talking to someone. I don't want to listen to this while I'm eating breakfast. Let me like skip. And I kept seeing this guy's profile picture. I'm like, oh my God, this guy, like, could you please stop talking? And then later in the day, I finished work and I was like, okay, let me go back to what I was listening to. And that guy was totally not Mark. And I didn't recognize him from his picture. I don't know how. And I didn't recognize his voice. I heard him talk. And I only recognized it when he said his name at the beginning. He's like, oh, you know, totally not Mark. And I was like, oh my God, it was crazy. Anyway, let's keep watching.
In the Chainsaw Man universe, which means no one can hear each other now for the rest of the manga. Which means either...
It's true, guys, true.
Pochita has to be defeated like Asa/Yoro wants, or the Devil Erasure ability in Pochita's got to be reversed, which actually would technically lead to the story being longer, as devils like the nuclear weapons devil and the rest of the war devil's powers would return. But I think the first thing is a bigger possibility.
Bro, we got a genius here. What other predictions have we got? Oh my God. Sure, but the Chainsaw Man ones. I want to see all the things that aren't going to happen. Bro doesn't make Chainsaw Man ones. Oh my God. The Weeb Commander. Why do I recognize this? Did we watch something from this last time? Did they make an Anime Men video? I don't know. I don't recognize anything. All right. Is Ari ignoring my Tyrant? No, I didn't see what Tyrant. Oh, I'm sorted by top chat. Jesus, maybe I just missed a bunch. I don't see any Tyrant comments, so I don't know. I don't see them. Watch it. It's a nerd-erotic video or something. It'll be great. No. All you have to do is explain the chapter like you're talking to a 5-year-old and you'll get 50,000 likes. That is true. People love recap. So yeah. Stop looking at the camera and talking. That's pretty important though. I'm doing it right now. He talked to Destiny recently. That is true. Stop watching this. I hate this guy. Well, there we go. And now you've linked a Chud Logic video. I have no interest in a Chud Logic video. Alright. Crazy. God, I was... What was I... Was something I... You know what? I don't even know. It was some Chainsaw Man thing I read about, like, weekly releases, and I was like, this is... People are so dumb. Oh my god. Anyway, who knows what it is. I think that's the end of the stream, guys. I don't really have anything else. I'm getting a little bit hungry. I have things I need to do. What do I actually need to do? I need to record my digest. But I have to sit down and, like, compile my notes for the past, like, 3 months. And, oh my god, it's gonna be a long video. But I'm only making it worse the longer I wait. So, yeah. But, that's it, guys. How about you find your own videos then? Sure, I have a whole playlist, right? Weekly releases make Chainsaw Man bad. That is what a person with no patience and a bad outlook on life has, okay? If you think weekly releases are bad, then you're a bad person inherently. Is Hollow Knight on digest yet? No, but there's a good chance it would probably be on the October one. Also, we'll see. That is true, guys. I'm playing Hollow Knight. I'm like 25 hours in or something like that. Who knows? Maybe I'll finish it this weekend. Probably not. But you never know. Anyway. Thanks for coming, everyone. See you the next time I stream, which who knows when it will be. I mean, I know. It'll definitely probably be at least next Friday. And yeah. Check out EliteAri, because I will probably start, like... I do want to make more videos on there, so we'll see. Maybe there'll be some random stuff on there that I'll put up. Maybe not. Maybe I'll put up another scripted video about... What was it? Kagensho or something? I don't remember what the term was. Let's scroll up. Kagenashi. Kagenashi. We're gonna make a video about that, maybe. Anyway. I wish Chainsaw Man was monthly. I definitely don't. I wish Chainsaw Man came out every day, and then I could look forward to it like a Blind Wave DBZA reaction back in the day. Oh, also, just to say, you know, Kyle the Tame was talking about DBZA the other day, and he said he, like, caught up to, it was, like, episode 20-something, and I'm like, oh my god, what a fake fan he is. I was watching back in 2009. Kyle was a new fan to DBZA. I'm, like, one of the old ones. It's crazy. I remember being in, like, 7th grade, and... like a story that I wrote, because we were doing like creative writing, it was inspired by the Bardock, like some Bardock's joke that they made or something about like this is not his story, and I was like, oh my god, I was a big fan back then, you know. Kyle's just a fake new DBZA fan, so keep that in mind. Anyway, see you guys next time.